Brawl chat? Yes, I know we are. Yes. So let's get right into it.
Please.
First up, Real Housewife of New Jersey, Teresa Giudice, is in the news after a recent appearance on Watch What Happens Live. I love this show. She shared her personal feelings about what she calls the C word. Take a look.
Teresa, why does she call criminal the C word?
I just don't I don't consider myself that. And so that's why I don't even want to say that word.
Wow, that's right. She feels that the word criminal is the C word to her, and she doesn't want to be labeled as one. Now, Teresa did serve 15 months in prison on charges of bankruptcy fraud, conspiracy to commit mail and wire fraud, and making false statements on loan applications. Teresa's husband, Joe, is currently serving 41 months for the same offenses, plus failure to file tax returns. So the question is, should we label people because of their past, or can someone, labeled as a criminal overcome that sort of label? What do you guys think?
Yeah, you can overcome it. I mean, I think Martha Stewart did a good job of doing that.
Absolutely.
She went to prison, and now she's, you don't even remember. We're like, oh, she was in prison, huh?
But there is something she did that I think is important, is to acknowledge and own that you did that. You can't just brush over it, especially when you're in the public eye. Because everybody just remembers that stain. People like to remember the bad thing you did.
I don't think you should be defined by your past, but she has to own up to what she did.
Yes.
A criminal... She committed a crime, and that's what a criminal is.
You're only a criminal until you get caught, okay? If she
I have a question, though. It's terrible to say this, but, when I think of criminal, do you think of Martha Stewart or Teresa? I think of, murderers, child molesters,
I think ex-criminal.
But that's societal terms. Criminal activity is still
a crime. Is a crime.
Stealing.
Crime.
And that's where we're coming from.
But I think more so, I know this sounds terrible, but I think sometimes it can be your own insecurity. Have you ever been through something or gone through something, walked into a room and assumed that everybody was looking at you that way?
Right. Yeah.
When maybe they're not even thinking that. When I look at Teresa, I don't see criminal, but I can imagine what she went through walking into a room. She automatically assumes, everyone in here thinks I'm a criminal. They saw me in my jail suit or whatever the case may be.
What I hear from her is, because somebody who's very close to me spent time in prison and coming out.
Who?
Lonnie, I'm not going to air out that person's business. But for that person,
I know a lot of people. So I can
you might have known this person. But it's really hard to clear your name. Once you have that permanently on your record, guys, Uber won't even take you when it comes to trying to get
Really? I didn't know that.
Because you have criminal... I mean, think about it. Every job application you fill out, what do they ask you? Have you ever been arrested before?
Yeah, and I want to know that, okay? If I'm going to hire you, I do want to know that. That doesn't mean you should be labeled, though.
Right.
No.
And you know what? Adrian and I were at church last week, and I remember Joel Osteen said this, and I loved it. Don't let one event from your life become your permanent label.
Yep.
Yes. Boom. It's one event. One event. That's so good.
Whether you were divorced, you were fired, you were broken up with, that is not your
You are not
label.
the divorced woman forever.
Yes.
You are not the woman that was fired. You are not, a criminal forever.
The only way I think you can get there is to actually look at yourself in the mirror, realize what you did, learn from it, and move on.
Exactly.
Because you're going to still be a criminal if you keep doing the same thing that made you get the label.
If you didn't learn a lesson. Also, I think it's also good for us to show our children situations like this and stories like this where, maybe it's a great person, did a wrong thing. Maybe she is not a criminal, but she committed a crime. You get what I mean? She's not that label, but yes, she did commit a crime, and now look what she's going through. Yes. This is why you don't do those things. And maybe that'll teach kids, this is why you don't do those things. Do you want for the rest of your life to be viewed this way, to, be labeled this way? So maybe it's a good learning lesson also for younger kids.
Absolutely. We've all known what that's like. Something's happened to us.
And Teresa has children, so I'm sure she's...
But come on, that's like soft criminal, what she went to jail for. Now, I know some criminals, okay?
No, this is true.
You know.
When I thought about Martha going in, I was like, who's she sitting next to? Yeah.
It's
can you imagine doing time for, tax fraud, and you're sitting next to Mo, who cut somebody?
But I do feel sorry for the fact that, when you've gone through something that you would actually go into a situation and feel bad about it. That never is cool.
That's true. Well, let me tell you, something that's criminal happened at Chuck E. Cheese recently.
What?
A major fight broke out at the popular children's birthday destination. You got to see this tape.
Ooh.
Look. That's the throwdown, all right? It was a fight. It was mothers and fathers of the children could be seen fighting. They was kicking, they was pulling. Now, my question to everybody is, should adults really be behaving like this at a children's party?
Not at Chuck E. Cheese.
No.
So what else we gonna do?
You're gonna take it outside, Lonnie.
Take it outside.
Yo, but Tamara, it looked like it popped off inside.
I know, but you gotta think about the kids first.
Or what do you do if it already popped off
You
inside?
gotta take it outside. Or you take that fight to the balls. That would be something to watch, right?
I'm just amazed at you, Tamara. You gonna take the fight, but you gonna take it outside?
All I'm saying is I don't want the kids to look at that because you gotta set the example.
So you let them know, hey, you keep on, we gonna take this outside.
Absolutely.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, okay, I'm gonna play.
Hey.
I'm totally gonna play devil's advocate.
Okay.
What if you would like to think of it that way, but another parent does not care if their child sees them fighting and that woman swings on you?
Then we will leave because I don't want my kids to be.
That's right.
So somebody's
involved in
gonna
that.
swing on you and you're gonna say, let me leave?
She's gonna look like an idiot because she's gonna be swinging at the air because I'm gonna be gone. I don't want to do that around my children.
I don't have kids yet, but... Let me tell you about it, because I always go to these places, and this does not start until they start serving alcohol, okay? And it's the cheap beer and wine that they serve. You have to screw your wine off of the bottle. It's going to get you sick and mad and frustrated and hostile. They don't need to... You know when you screw it off. No,
sometimes
you
there's
have
good
a
wine,
plunger.
Lonnie. I'm just saying. We do have a cork.
plunger.
We do have a cork in our wine, but sometimes good wine is
No,
I just can't believe
I've never had good wine that you screw off that comes like that.
Oh, like that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like
I
that.
just can't believe, what did they fight about? Like, what could you get mad? Chuck E. Cheese, you guys, it's just like pizza, balls, well, dirty balls, and then those tickets.
Yes.
Hey, get your mind out the gutter.
But like, talking about the pit people jumping.
yes.
What could you get mad at? You got to imagine, that's like
I'm
someone
sorry,
made fun of
but
somebody's
Adrian,
kid or something.
I'm not a parent yet, and this is gonna be real left, but I'm telling you right now.
What?
The day that I have children, I dare someone to talk to my kids wrong, to another kid to hit my kid. If I don't end up hitting your kid, I'm fighting the parent and I'm fighting your parent.
Yeah.
I just feel, what would you do if you saw another little kid hitting Aiden?
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I'm
go
sorry.
on, let it out.
I'm sorry.
No, I will tell you this,
gospel
though.
gangster, let
I will
it out.
tell you this. Aiden knows how to take care of himself. He's done it at the playground. A kid hit him.
Yeah, and what'd you
And I didn't do anything. Aiden hit him back. You hit him, he's gonna hit you back.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm telling you, if
My
I saw
mama-
someone hitting my kid, obviously I would assume that I'd attempt to get classy. So I would go over there and I would be like, hey, your child just hit my child. You know, maybe you should... If that parent... I'm not lying. I've seen this happen before. That parent would be like, well, maybe your kid deserved it. Or, you know you've
smart
heard that.
mouth.
I've seen this
There's
happen.
parents that are
Parents
ruthless
that'll
like that.
defend their kid and be like, my kid didn't hit your kid. And you could be like, no, I actually was standing right there. I saw your child hit my kid. You know, can you just let him know that's not the nice thing to do? I don't need to let my child know. I'm telling you, don't let me meet you. Don't let it happen. I will fight you.
No, that's the truth.
I'm sorry.
You have parents
I'm
like
getting
that.
angry thinking about my unborn children.
Okay, calm down. It's all right.
I'm getting
It's gonna
mad
be
about
okay.
it.
No, but she's
It's gonna
right.
be
There are
okay.
parents that will defend their kid to the end of the day, which is right. But when the kid is not right and they're not teaching them something because they're backing the kid up with inappropriate behavior, that's a hard situation.
Well, I have a question to ask you
Yes.
guys. Did any of y'all fight as kids? Were y'all in a fight before?
Yes.
You did?
Of course. I'm from Detroit all day.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, T and I never got into a fight because we always said,
Here we
you fight
go.
me, you got to fight her too.
Well,
So it's
yeah.
always 2 against 1. They never messed with us at all.
Of course,
See?
because it's 2 against 1.
Where's my
Ain't nobody
twin
gonna
at?
fight sister.
Yes.
Y'all on
That's
TV.
true.
Nobody gonna fight
I
y'all.
always got in
I don't
trouble
know, Lonnie.
fighting because I was always defending somebody else. I had that problem growing up. It was so bad at one point that my mom, I would get picked up at lunchtime because I couldn't be in there. I was in there, you know, I'm mad small.
Yeah.
I'm still really small.
Yeah, you had to take care of yourself.
I would be in that yard like, don't be saying that about her. And there were these twins, actually, they used to try to come and fight me, Tracy and Stacy. I remember you girls. Yes, PS 110, Lower East Side, New York City,
All
Tracy
day.
and Stacy. And my mother I learned from my mom. My mom came to the school. They were both girls that were almost 6 feet tall in elementary school.
Twin bullies?
Yes, twin bullies. And my mom came to the school and was like, I dare you to touch my daughter one more time. My mom was that mom. Thank you, Mommy. I love you very much. So boricua of you. She didn't play those games. Your mom's never came to the school to set someone straight?
No, I didn't have to because I was the big kid. I was one of them 6 foot tall, you know.
But I was trying to fight the big kids.
But I was protecting little kids like you, you know.
That's why I was protecting big kids like you.
See, this is why we get along. I love you.
It's a good combo.
Well, speaking of kids, there's a pretty amazing 8-year-old girl from the UK named Daisy Edmonds speaking out about clothing options for boys and girls. Here's Daisy in a local Tesco criticizing the t-shirts there.
Well, the girls' clothes say, hey, beautiful, I feel fabulous. The boys, desert adventure awaits. Think outside the box, hero.
And what do you think about that?
It's unfair because everyone thinks that girls should just be pretty and boys should just be adventurous.
Isn't she the best?
I just love that accent.
She's so smart.
Love her. She is. She's so ahead of her time.
For sure.
Well, Tesco responded saying that they try to stock a wide variety of clothes for boys and girls and thanked Daisy for her feedback.
Nice. Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So have you guys ever noticed the difference between girls and boys' clothing?
I remember it being hard for me to always be surrounded by skirts and things like that because I like to jump around. I'm a pretty active person. I still am. We're very much still the person that we were then. And there's this word in Vietnamese that I hated so much, and they always circulated around me. It's dang wang. And dang wang means to be proper. Women, cross your legs, be proper, lower your voice a little bit. And in Asian culture, women are encouraged to be more demure, be more classy. And I'm not that classy all the time. And so what I love is Mama Mai and my dad really encouraged me to have an imagination, be rambunctious. If we wanted to play, me and my brothers, if we didn't have much, but we would flip those couch cushion over and we would make a fort. We had set of drums with chopsticks and pots and pans. And I love that through my parents, I had the confidence and I didn't need clothing to define what kind of little girl I was gonna be.
Yeah, I love that.
You know?
I love that.
I understand her.
Well, when they babies, sometimes I need help with the clothing because I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, so the colors do help me. Okay?
That is true. That has
What's
happened to me.
interesting is people thought Aiden was a girl, and Araya even had her little earrings in, and they thought Araya was the boy.
Because she had no hair on her head at the time. It was like a little bit of hair.
That is true. No, not really, because I knew that.
Because you know.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, Aiden's a boy, Araya's a girl, and who cares?
Are there parents out there that would actually get offended if you...
For sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
If you walk up to their little boy and you're like, oh, she's so pretty, or little girl, and you're like, oh, he's
So
a...
I will tell you what I did get offended by, because Aiden is really light, is when people didn't think that Aiden was mine.
Oh.
That's when I would get pissed.
Oh. What you do? Say, take it out here?